Hey YouTube, what you guys doing? Dirk here at GC Blues 45. And folks, before we get into today's video, I want you to know there is a game going on right now, and one's a final. There's only two games. But I will do a post-game report later. Okay? So, with that being said, okay, now let's get into last Saturday's games. There were 13 games on the dock. I went 10-1, I mean 10, 2, and 1 to put me at 17, 10, and 4. Not that bad, right? Last night there were 15. How did I do? Now let's get right into it. So this is last night's post-game report. So remember, if you haven't come across this video and happen to like it, give me that thumbs up. It's very important. And if you happen to like this video, give me, you know, sorry. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe icon. Literally, hit the subscribe icon. Okay, it's very important. All right, starting off with the oh, so you guys don't think I'm lying. Here we go. Starting off with Detroit at Ottawa. Entering this matchup, Detroit was 3-1-0 and 6 points. Ottawa was 3-1-0 and 6 points also. At the end of 60 minutes, Detroit beat the Ottawa Senators by a score of 1-0. I'm kidding. By a score of 5-2. Shots on goal were the Red Wings 23, the Sens 37. The Red Wings had 35 saves with the Sens 18. Detroit was 3 for 5 on power play with Ottawa 1 for 6. Big win there for Ottawa. But you know, folks, season's still young. Anything can happen. Next was Anaheim at Arizona. Entering this matchup, Anaheim was 1-2-0 and 2 points. Arizona 2-2-0 and 4 points. I said Anaheim, and after 60 minutes, Anaheim loses by a score of 2-1. Shots on goal, Coyotes 27. The Ducks 33. Coyotes had 32 saves with the Ducks 25. Arizona was 1 for 5 on the power play with Anaheim 1 for 3 on the power play. Third win for Arizona, but folks, once again, the season's still young, so anything can happen. Next was the New York Islanders at the Buffalo Sabres. Entering the matchup, the Islanders were 2-0-1 and 5 points. Buffalo was 1-3-0 and 2 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, Buffalo beats the Islanders by a score of 3-1. Shots on goal, Sabres had 43 shots. The Islanders 25. The Sabres had 24 saves with the Islanders 24, and both teams were over 3 on the power play. Next was Vancouver at Florida Ice Pit, Florida. Both teams were 2-2-0. Vancouver was 2-2-2-0 and 4 points. Florida was 2-2-0 and 4 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, Vancouver beats Florida by a score of 5-3. Shots on goal, the Canucks 31, the Panthers 36. The Canucks had 34 saves with the Panthers 26. Vancouver was 2 for 3 on the power play with Florida 0 for 2. Big third win for the Canucks. Now they improved to 3-2. Now, folks, before we get into the next game, I'm currently 0 4. As of yesterday. Can I get a win? Let's find out. Next was Washington and Montreal. Entering the matchup, Washington was 1-2-0 and 2 points. Montreal was 1-1-1 and 3 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, this game had to go into overtime. And the Washington Capitals lose in overtime by a score of 3-2. Shots on goal, the Canadians 28, the Caps 20, the Caps 33. The Canadians had 31 saves with the Caps 31. Montreal was 1 for 6 on the power play with Washington 0 for 5 on the power play. Washington picks up a point, which is great, but it's their first OTL of the year. Next was Toronto at Tampa. Let me mark this. Shots. Sorry. Toronto entering the matchup was 2-2-1 and 4 points. Tampa 2-2 and 1 and 5 points. This game also went to overtime. At the end of 6 minutes, this game had to go into overtime. It was tied, so it had to go into overtime, and Toronto wins by a score of 4-3. Hey, I picked Tampa, okay? Shots on goal were the Leafs 52, the Lightning 33. The Leafs had 30 saves with the Lightning 34. Toronto was 0 for 2 on the power play with Tampa Bay 2 for 4. Now, 6 games in, I'm 0 4 and 2. Can I pick up a win? Let's find out. Next was the Vegas Golden Knights at the Chicago Blackhawks. Let me fix this shit real fast. Okay. Enter this matchup, the Vegas Golden Knights were 5-0 and 10 points. Chicago was 2-3-0 and 4 points. Vegas Golden Knights had the best record as of going in this game, starting off as the defending Stanley Cup champions. They got the best record. Can they continue it? At the end of 60 minutes, the Vegas Golden Knights win by a score of 5-3. So I do get a win finally. Shots on goal were 24 each. Each team had 24 shots. The Knights had 21 saves with the Blackhawks 19. Vegas was 2 for 5 on the power play with Chicago 1 for 5 on the power play. So now they're 6-0 with 12 points, folks. Best start by the defending champion. Can it continue, folks? We'll find out as we continue on in the season. Next, Philadelphia at Dallas. Entering the matchup, Philadelphia was 3-1-0 and 6 points. Dallas was 2-0-1 and 4 points in at the end of 60 minutes. It was tied, had to go to overtime, and Dallas wins by a score of 5-4. Shots on goal, Stars 25, the Flyers 40. Stars had 36 saves with the Flyers 20. Dallas was 0 for 3 on the power play with Philadelphia over 1 on the power play. So both teams now have 7 points. But Philadelphia is 3-1-1 now with Dallas at 3-0-1. Anything can happen. Next was Columbus at Minnesota. Entering this matchup, Columbus was 2-2-0 and 4 points. Minnesota 2-2-0 and 0 points. This game also went into overtime, folks. The 4th overtime game yesterday. And Columbus wins by a score of 5-4. Shots on goal, the Blue Jackets 54. The Wild 28. The Blue Jackets had 24 saves with the Wild 49. Columbus was 1 for 3 on the power play with Minnesota 0 for 3 on the power play. So the Wild pick up an OTL, their 5th point, but the extra point, the 6th and 2 points went to Columbus. So, going to the next matchup on 2, 4, and 3. Here we go. Next is San Jose at Nashville. Entering the match at San Jose 0-3-1 and 1 point. Winless still. Can they finally get out of the funk and win? Nashville was 2-3-0 and 4 points at the end of 60 minutes. The stink continues as Nashville beat the Sharks 5-1. Shots on goal, the Predators 34, the Sharks 32. The Preds had 31 saves with the Sharks 29. Nashville was 2 for 5 on the power play with San Jose 0 for 2. Well, the stink continues for, like I said, the stink continues for the Sharks. Can they get out of it? Can they win? This is one of their worst starts in franchise history. Next, Pittsburgh at the Blues. Entering this matchup, Pittsburgh was 2-2-0 and 4 points. Blues was 1-1-0 and 3 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Blues win by a score of 4-2. Shots on goal were Blues 21, Penguins 33. The Blues had 31 saves with 17 for the Penguins, and both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. The Blues pick up their second win of the year, which is great. But I also pick up my fifth loss. On 3-5-3, folks, going into this game. Carolina at Colorado. Entering the match, Carolina was 3-2-0 and 6 points. Colorado 4-0-0 and 8 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Colorado Avalanche beat the Carolina Hurricanes by a score of 6-4. Shots on goal were Avs 28, Canes 27. The Avs had 23 saves with the Canes 22. Colorado was 3 for 5 on the power play with Carolina 1 for 5. My sixth loss. Golly, I'm sucking today. You're just right. Next was Winnipeg at Edmonton. Entering the matchup, Winnipeg was 1-3-0 and 2 points. So was Edmonton 1-3-0 and 2 points. This game had to go into overtime. It was tied at the end, at the third. Had to go into extra period. And Winnipeg wins by a score of 3-2. Shots on goal, Jets 27, Oilers 40. 38 saves for the Jets with Edmonton, with the Oilers 24 saves. And Winnipeg was 1 for 5 on the power play with Edmonton 1 for 4 on the power play. That's my 4-4 TL yesterday. Next was the New York Rangers at the Seattle Kraken. Entering the matchup, the Rangers were 2-2-0 and 4 points. Seattle 1-3-1 and 3 points. 60 minutes go by, and Seattle loses by a score of 4-1. Shots on goal, Rangers 27, the Kraken 19. The Rangers had 18 saves with the Kraken 23. The New York Rangers were 0 for 1 on the power play with Seattle 0 for 3 on the power play. Seventh loss? Golly. One game left. How did I do? I'll find out. Next is finally Boston at LA. Entering this matchup, Boston was 3-0-0 and 6 points. LA 2-1-1 and 5 points. At the end of 60 minutes, Boston wins by a score of 4-2. Shots on goal, Bruins 25, the Kings 34. Bruins had 32 saves with the Kings 21. Boston was 1 for 4 on the power play with Seattle 1 for 6 on the power play. Boston improves to 4-0. Now, like I said, folks, there are 2 games that were today. One's a final already. The other is not. That's going on right now as we speak on NHL Network and also other networks. So, folks, my Saturday record is 4-7. and 4. 4, 7, and 4. To put me at 21, 19, and 8. Let me give that to you again. 21, 19, and 8. So out of the games I have picked so far in this um, NHL report that I've been doing this year to help you, so I'm 18, 19, and 8. So points wise, let's see that points wise. Okay, 21 times 2 plus. I got 50 points so far. Not bad. So let's do this. Okay, 48 games and divide by 21. We get my percentage. Okay. I've been winning 2.3% of the games. So if we take 40 and divide it by the 21, boy, I have been winning 2% of my games, folks. 40 games and divide by 21 is 1.90476190479. I'll do that again. 40 divided by 21 is 1.904761904761905. Rounded. Two. But if you want to find the percentage, you take 21 divided by the number of games, and I'm at 52.5%. So that ain't half bad. So, folks, I'll probably talk to you later tonight for the post-game report. I was asked to come in early tomorrow. I was supposed to be in at 4, and now I'm in at noon. So, but that's okay. I don't mind coming in early to do some work. Okay, folks. I love you guys. As always, please stay safe. Take care. Remember the Lord's watching you. I'll see you guys later tonight for the 2 games post-game report, and then we'll get ready for the pregame for tomorrow also, because you get this, there's only 1 game on the dock tomorrow. 1 game. 1 game. And then, folks, Tuesday, we got a big 16-game dock. I mean, huge. 16 games. All 32 teams are playing Tuesday. We'll get on to that. As always, folks, I love you guys. Until then, peace out.